Hey guys, Jan here in the Northview Model Shop, and tonight guys, we're rocking our Scale Freaks t-shirt. Guys, check it out on all social media platforms, Scale Freaks, S-K-A-L-E. Freaks, guys, should be along the bottom. Huge support of the Northview Model Shop, and all the Scale Freak stuff is super cool, man. Amazing model builder, really good person, and a really good person for the hobby, always sharing and supporting other modelers and other builds. Instagram is the coolest thing he's got going, man. He's always posting pictures of really sweet builds. Check it out, Scaled Freaks, on all social media platforms. Guys, tonight's video is a fun one, and what I want to talk about tonight is your first time you were ever exposed to the plastic models. And what genres they were. Now guys, let's share our story. It was the early 90s. I was probably, I don't know, like 5 or 6 or something, right? Went to a local air show at our local small airport, which is funny. It's only about 1.5 kilometers from where I'm living now, and it was about 1.5 kilometers where I was when I was a kid. I didn't move very far. Anywho, they're having an air show. And guys, when we say airport, we're talking like 8 or 9 hangars. 24 airplanes flew in. There probably was 1,000 people tops. It was a really great small town fair kind of air show. Anyway, one of the hangars, backstory. My old man was a pilot, so we knew the airport upside down and backwards. So even at a young age, and guys, remember, this was a different time when you could let your kids go roam and they wouldn't kill anybody. You weren't, the social services didn't get called on your parents because they let you walk more than 5 feet away from your eyesight. Anyway, long story short, my mother said, go, have fun, go for a walk around, check out the hangars, check out what's on display. So we went for a walk, and one of the hangars, which I remember clearly, I knew this hangar inside and out because we spent a lot of time in the winter hanging out there because my old man's buddy was running that hangar, and he did maintenance, winter maintenance on all the airplanes. So we hung out a lot there. Did what I eventually found was called hangar flying. You talk about flying, you don't really actually go. But anywho, in there was a very large display of scale model airplanes. Guys, a lot of warbirds and stuff. And right at the mouth of the hangar was on display this huge B-29 bomber with a bunch of rigging and scaffolding all over it. A ground crew removing one of the engines. It was just phenomenally cool. You know, as a kid that age, everything like that is just amazing. But it burned my mind. I can still close my eyes right now, and I can see that B-29 laying out. Absolutely amazing. And it's stuck in my head, and it's been there forever. And I always said, man, I want to do that someday. I want to do that someday. I want to do that someday. I'm like, all right, I can do this. I got this years ago. You guys remember when we got this? And I was like, oh, I can do this. And of course, it is still not finished. And we'll get to that maybe later on. But this was the kit that these guys used to build this. And you know, unfortunately, I have no idea who this was. I don't know the club. I don't know anything about it. That was like 20-some years ago, right? I don't know. And it was just amazing. And that stuck with me. And as we got older and we built a car model, and that was cool. And then the next progression for me was the aviation model. And you guys remember we did the Sabre 4 as a kid and didn't finish it. We recently a couple years ago, got the exact same kit, finished that one off. But when I started in modeling, I got back into it when I was in my, probably 26 or 25. I can't remember how old I was now. The thing for me naturally was go to aviation, and it was strictly because of this B-29 I seen. And it just kind of went from there. So guys, that is what really kick-started us in the modeling hobby. It took years it festered and brewed and percolated in the brain and got knocked around a bit for a few snowboarding accidents and all that crap. And finally it puked itself out in what you see today. But guys, what was your first exposure to modeling and scale model stuff? And guys, it could be your first time you ever exposed to it. It was the first time you got a kit, right? And that was your go. Maybe you went to a show. Maybe your dad, your uncle, your mother, somebody built this stuff. Maybe you got it for Christmas. Guys, I want to hear your stories. If you got YouTube, guys, post a link in the comments so we can go check it out. Comment down below, guys. Even better, get over to the Northview Model Shop Facebook group. Get in there and post your story for us and tell us what was your first exposure to models. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. Don't forget, subscribe, like, comment, like us on Instagram, and like us on Facebook. All right, guys, adios.